It is the best show in town. It is the best LGBTQIA show. So darling, why haven't you subscribed? Monday to Thursday, bringing you breaking news Wahala. On Friday, sex, education. And Saturday, burning questions. You know, all those questions you've been thinking of asking. Saturday is the day for you, darling. Ask your questions about religion, your questions about what you want to know about us, your question about anything. You can access anything on Saturdays doing burning questions. And you know one thing, you could to be the lucky winner to win our giveaways on Saturdays. And on Sundays, to crown it all, we have the market woman and shade girls. So darling, why do you want to miss out on all these interesting things? Help this channel by clicking the subscribe button.
Madness here and there. Even Chimereze had to yawn to the madness that we're about to unveil on this show now. A man had a dumbbell stuck up in his ass and had to be removed by medical doctors. We will show you, you guys are going to see the information shortly, but it was so bad that they could not remove it to medical instruments. They had to do a fisting style where the doctor had to put his hand inside and try locating the stuff to pull out. It was stuck, something was stuck up at first. So the nurses and doctors, they were confused. They were saying what was stuck up here. The man was not cooperative, was not willing to speak out, but they had to do external insertion. And lo and behold, when they pulled out a 2 kg iron dumbbell. Everybody is shocked. First of all, people are asking, how did he get there? Second question is asking, why did he get there? First question is asking, when did he get there? Fourth question is asking, where did he get there? Fourth question yourself now, who get him there? It's still talk breaking this Wahala. Usually when we bring you the hottest stories. I'm your host, Marvelous Achabu, and I'm always joined by Chimereze and Awunaya, and I'm Toronto Studios in Canada. Chimereze, how are you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Chef. I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Maybe you can help us answer these questions of getting there. Guys, Kiro Talk starts now. Chimereze, so help us, please. What do you feel about this story, first of all?
Sexual fetishness is something we need to know. There is a fetish for everything. Everybody has a different fetish. There are some people that look at people and be like,
Fetish for iron dumbbells.
oh, I want to suck your toes. There are some people that have fetish for, armpits. Oh, I want to lick your armpits. There are people that have crazy awkward fetish. There's been a mockumentary, as they call it, where a guy literally has sex with his car. He gets on him whenever he sees his car. So there are different fetish for anything. But at the same time,
wait, when he sees his car, okay, like he paused, like the way he fuel, the host of the fuel enter inside the car, he would want.
no, he goes to the bonnet and he begins to make love to the bonnet of his car.
Jesus, have you seen that before?
It's a mockumentary. He has a fetish for his car. Do I know if the stories are true? I don't know. This is what he said in the video, in the documentary, right? He has a fetish for his car. So we know people have different types of fetish. So I'm not surprised, but a dumbbell. Why a dumbbell? You're supposed to be using the dumbbell to gym, get muscles. That is what the dumbbell is for. You left all the muscular men, all the 13 inches to go for I know, but at the same time, I'm trying not to say this guy is crazy. Maybe there's something medically wrong. wrong somewhere. There must be something medically wrong. But at the same time, people do have fetish, and I do respect their fetishes. But at the good time, at the good report from the stories, thank God the doctors were able to, take out the dumbbell. What if this guy had died? When you appear before Jesus, I wonder how, everybody's like, I died this, I died like this, and you now come to heaven and be like, I died because I stuck a dumbbell in my ass. Yeah, even I think Satan needs to flog this guy. But at the same time, we should also be careful with our fetishes. We've talked about this with our BDSM, with our bondage, with our chains, with our whipping, with our spanking. We should be very careful that we are not causing medical harm to ourselves. And some of these fetishes are because of psychological disorders. To be honest, people have been through depression, they've been molested, and they've not sought therapeutic, help for them, and they become promiscuous, and they no longer have pleasure with humans. They now seek to have pleasures with inanimate things because of how their hearts have been broken, because of how deep their rape or molestation has been. So I feel on the medical part, even though we laughed about it and we joked about some things, yeah, but we should also remember that there are people who have been through a lot and they no longer have sexual desires. That's why sex education, sex therapy, sex talks are very important. And when we find ourselves in such situation, we should be open about it. We should be honest about it, because if this guy wasn't honest to his doctors, he would have died, he would have bleached to death. There are some of us, when we were younger, we were using, water bottle to choke up there, wine bottle to choke up there, cucumber to choke up there, banana to choke up there, different object to choke up there. Please, your annual walls can't tear. You could have an inner annual tear, you could have an infection. Be careful, especially bottoms who no longer have pleasure, because that place is as wide as a tunnel. Over to you, Mr. Chafu.
Now, one thing about the thing is that the man was not even willing to speak up. He was uncooperative until they did an X-ray. It was an X-ray that made them know what is actually inside him. The doctors had to run an X-ray and found out that a dumbbell was there, and that's when they started to panic as to how did he get there? And they had to use artificial, external, because normally they were supposed to use medical, but when they saw that it was in a complicated way, even the X-ray pictures, people would see it now. The X-ray pictures when they did the X-ray. So they had to this one had to be moved by hand. So the doctor was moving his hand, trying to until he found the thing and pulled it out. So it was
Just
uncooperative.
like how they shift baby in antenatal, they shift the baby hair. So they are
Yes.
shifting the
So they
dumbbell.
were to let the dumbbell not explode his inners. I feel like to me it just shows that truly there is a problem in the world, a big problem. I'm even trying to believe that if hell truly exists, like truly there is hell, some people there, I'm surprised that some people already have an advantage because they already enjoy torture. So how will Satan even make them accept the mark of 666 when torture gives them pleasure? Sometimes I've been thinking, sometimes, sometimes I feel like some people already have an undue advantage. Because imagine someone like this, or imagine a lot of people like this that say, oh, BDSM, torture gives me pain. So it shows that the more Satan tortures them, the more they enjoy it, and they can never die. So meaning that it asks for limited pleasure. So that means they will end up going to heaven finally, because they will end up not collecting CCCs, and the pleasure, the torture they have given to them is pleasure to them. They are enjoying everything. So it just shows that truly there's a real problem in the world, a real problem everywhere, problem here and there. But to me, I'm going to say that it calls for high time that we need to start. To me, I feel like there should be sanitization or sanction of this thing. There's this crave and madness out there that everybody wants. There's nothing wrong in being different, but sometimes how weird can it be? That's the truth. For sexuality is different. Like if you're an LGBTQI community member, you already have a different sexuality. But that's why I try to mostly try and look for a balance to it. But sometimes we would ask how different is too different or how weird is too weird. Because some of these things damage these people, some of these things destroy them, some of these things are unhealthy, some of these things are basically what you would call insane. And then we begin to question again how word is too word. There's a kind of social culture where people feel like, oh, the more different I am, the more better I am. That's how they coin different names, clownish names for themselves. Oh, everybody wants to have their own LGBTQI names now, demisexual, asexual. It's all valid. But then we begin to ask that when does it become too much? The same people will try to say, I enjoy BDSM, I enjoy pegging, I enjoy anabos, I know different things that you keep on hearing them enjoying. Oh, I enjoy this, I enjoy feasting. And you keep on wondering that, are you guys just doing this because you actually truly enjoy it, because it's very, or you're just doing it because you want to show that, oh, I fit differently, I can do things differently, I can enjoy it differently, I can get it differently, and it's just becoming at this moment, becoming really annoying and becoming sick. If truly you enjoy penetration, to be honest, there are safe things that you can use, things like dildos. You can get them in different sizes, massive size, the size as big as the pole that you can put a flag on, and it's still healthy for you. It can't get stuck in there. But when you now use a dumbbell, which is iron, which can rust, which can get tetanus there, it just shows that this is just pure madness on my side. Not to make this episode long, Chinese, would you like to say anything finally in just 30 seconds to call this a wrap?
Please support Q Talk, support what we do. GoFundMe is up and running. We've said everything we can say. We also still have our sex education videos, so go back, watch them on how to have safe sex. Jesus, I don't know why my tongue went out. On how to have safe sex, which is very important. We should also be open to have the sexual conversation. Let's know what your fetish are. And let's also. It's not like we're going to judge if it's good or if it's not, but we're going to judge it by how does it have any health issues related with this. A dumbbell has so many health related issues. You could get infection, you could get tears, you could even be seeing yourself in a theater, in a surgery that you could prevent. So we should think twice before indulging in any dangerous sex. There are some even porn, even with like porn you see and you're like, this is very unhealthy, where they spitting, they pissing, they shitting. I'm like, we need to draw a line. We need to draw a line. We need to draw sanity in our community. We need to draw sanity even in our sexual life. That's it from us of Kiwi Talk. Make sure you like, subscribe, and tell your father, tell your mother, tell them you are having sex, and tell them the kind of sex you are having. And peace out.